Recently, when I played the weapons that we have right now, I found that I didn't really play the archguns that much. I mean, it is true that archguns initially was designed for the Archwing mission, but thanks to a few updates later on, we can manage to use archgun in the normal atmosphere and use it as what we know as the heavy weapons. However, even we can play as a heavy weapon, we not really play that much, especially compared to the weapons that we have right now. It is quite rare that we talk about archguns. Let alone that if we try to search on the videos that talk about the best weapons, not many people really talk about that the best weapon will be the archgun category. So this raises the question that why the archguns didn't really raise such attention to most people, especially not many people think that they are strong enough. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Based on what I have found, it comes from three aspects. Let's start from the first one, which is the accessibility. It is true that archguns initially designed for the Archwings missions, but if you know about Archwings missions, there's two little missions you can choose from. And how about the Endurance Archwing missions? Yeah, Interception, which is the one that we do not like the most, one of them. And based on what we could tell, we don't really play the Archwing missions that much. So if Archgun is not used that much in the Archwing mission, can we use it in the normal mission? Well, technically, we can. But the problem is that if you want to use your Archgun as a heavy weapon in the normal mission, you must first obtain the Gravy Mag from the Profit Taker 3rd phase fight. That will give you one free Gravy Mag, but later on you need to craft your own Gravy Mag. That is one resources part. But the annoying part is that if you want to install your Gravy Mag into your Archgun, you still have to install the Origin Catalyst first before you install the Gravy Mag. This already shows a lot more problem that we should go for. And even if you manage to get your own heavy weapon which has the Origin Catalyst and the Gravy Mag installed, the hardest part is right here. When you play in the normal mission, you cannot simply just get the Archgun like whenever you want to. You must equip this Archgun deployer in your gear slot. Only then you can use it. And here comes the hardest part. Do you think that the Archgun is strong? Well, they are designed to be stronger than your normal weapon. But if you run out of ammo, it is done. Because I found that the ammo that Archguns had are quite low. Compared to your AoE weapon right now, despite with the nerf, they didn't really run out of ammo as fast as we expected. But for Archgun, yeah, it is true that they can run out of ammo so fast. Especially when you run out of ammo, you cannot summon another Archgun unless you wait for a 5 minutes or pick up an Archgun ammo, which is quite rare among all the ammo pickup. This is why you can see that based on the accessibility, Archgun is too hard to get in the first place, let alone that when you really need to use it in the fight. Well, it is true that it is hard to access, but even if you can bypass the accessibility problem, we had to come across the second one, which is the resources and the mods that the Archguns have. If you know about it, right now primary and secondary weapon already get the Galvanized and the Arcade, which makes them very strong right now. Compared to before, without these two, they just mod it very regularly, like a pure damage build, just like that. But for Archgun, it's much like the same as the previous weapons. But with the existence of the Galvanized mod and the Arcades, Archgun shows its problem. Because right now, the primary and secondary weapons already got these resources that can make them strong. But what about Archguns? They got nothing. Even with the prime damage mod at there, it's still not enough. Especially we know that the Galvanized and the Arcade can buff is so strong that they can make even a weak weapon become strong. What can Archguns do? They can't do anything. Oh, did I mention that they don't even have a faction mod at there, which is one of the important mods that can make your damage become double dips very strong enough. So this is why I can say that Archguns really lack a lot of resources, all because of the limit of the resources that the Archgun can have. And because of the accessibility and the lack of resources Archgun has, this has shown a third problem where Archguns suffer the most, which is the damage and the reliability during a mission. You see, Archgun don't really have that much thing to work for. That is why you can only use the very simple build, which is the build that we use for both primary and secondary weapons in the past, which is just a pure damage build. But right now, with the Galvanized and the Arcane's mod, primary and secondary weapons manage to push their limits up to the fullest. But for Archguns, They don't. With all the builds that we have, they still lack a lot of damage that we want for them to do. Let's say about for Rhino's Roar, Chroma Back's Armor, Mirage Eclipse, etc. All these can push the damage very well. But right now, primary and secondary weapon can do their job very well without these buffs. But archguns still need it. Especially if you compare it before, the beam weapon was just purely doing the status damage like that. But right now, with the CO damage that weapon like Ignis Wraith or Kuva New Core can manage to use this very well, and with the high status proc they naturally have, they can do the job very well. But for the Archgun, we have one beam Archgun, which is the Corti. But did you really see people use Corti that much? They don't, because of how hard it is for Corti to do the job very well. Oh, and did I mention that they also ran out of ammo very quickly? This is why you can see that Archgun suffers too much compared to the normal weapons.
Nope.
And now you can see that why archguns really suffers a lot and no one really talk about them anymore. Well, archguns really is a strong weapon and I still think that it is quite good and fun to play. Sadly enough, based on the high requirements that we players wanted to, they still not managed to catch up the requirement that we wanted to. Yeah, maybe you could say that you can try to come out something like the Kuva archguns, which we already have, which is the Kuva Ayanga and Kuva Grappler, or the Prime archgun like the Corvus Prime and the Laxper Prime. Or maybe they may even want to come out with a Tenor version of the Archgun. Maybe I would expect could be like Tenor Velocitus or Tenor Fluctus. But the problem is that if we don't give the Archguns the things that they need, no matter how many updates or new things that come across for the Archguns, it's still not enough. Which is why you can see that despite we have Kuva and the Prime Archguns, we still don't use them that much. So DE, please try to buff the archguns even better, at least give them something that they deserve, please. If this is your first time watching, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss out any news contents from me. Why not leave your comments down below if you got any ideas or thoughts you want to share with all of us. And that's it from me, and as always, I will see you all next time. Bye bye!